Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to cut this beautiful gown. So before we mark out our shoulder length, we're going to mark out 1 inches allowance because the gown has a built-up neckline and an extended sleeve. So as you can see, I marked out the 1 inches and then 7.5 inches for the shoulder length. So the sleeve length is 8 while the bust point is 10, and then the half length is 15, and we are going to be adding 1 inches for the joining allowance. So having marked out all those things, we'll now rule it out using our ruler, and we'll go over to imputing the remaining parts of the measurements. So marked out the chest line, the bust points, the round half length, and then the joining allowance. So the round waist for this gown is 30. We'll be dividing the 30 by 4, and then we'll be adding 1 inches for that, while the round bust is 36 divided by 4 plus 1 inch for allowance. So we now join the bust to the waist, and then we impute the dart. The bust span for this is 8 divided by 2 will give us 4, so we'll be using 4 inches for our dart. Remember, we added 1 inches for that, so we'll be using half an inch on both sides for the dart. So I will rule it down, and then we'll be taking half inches on both sides because of the 1 inches that we added for the dart. In some cases, you might prefer to impute your dart before you mark out the full body measurement. In some cases, you can prefer to do it like this. So at the armhole length, we'll be dividing it by 2. The armhole length is 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. Then we'll come in by half an inch. Then we'll be curving the armhole by 1.5 inches. So we'll be connecting. First of all, I like to trace the lines before I will now connect it fully like this. For the shoulder slant, I'll be making use of half an inch for the shoulder slant. So I've marked out 3 inches for the neck width. We'll be making use of 3 inches for the neck width. So from the neck width, we'll be connecting to the shoulder slant. And then for the extended sleeve, we'll be going out by 3.5 inches. So here I'm marking out the 3.5 inches, and then we'll connect this straight from the shoulder slant, and then we'll come down by 1.5 inches like this. We still connect it to that 1.5 inches that we came down by. Here I decided to make use of the green marker. So went down by half an inches, and now we'll connect it to the 4 inches armhole length, 4 inches, which is the half of the armhole length that we marked out before. So that's it for the extended sleeve. I first of all traced the lines before I connected it. As you noticed, my armhole curve is not that curvy. It has a bit of a slack, but I corrected it off camera. So for the extended neckline, from the 3 inches neck width, I still went out by 1/4 of an inch, and then from 3 inches I went up by half, half an inch, and then I connected it to the center like this, and then from there I'll connect it to that quarter of an inch that we went out with to give it a bit of a curve. So that's it for the upper bodies. We'll now cut and move over to the down part. Bear in mind that whatever you did at the front bodies is something that you do at the back bodies. The only difference is that you'll be adding 1 inches for the zip allowance at the back bodies. So having marked out the upper bodies, we'll now move over to the down part. First of all, we'll be marking 1 inch allowance for the joining, that is joining of the upper bodies and the down bodies together. From there, we'll now mark out our round waist, which is 30 inches divided by 4, sorry, plus 1 inch for that. So here we'll be marking out 7.5 inches plus 1 inch for that. We will not be making use of hip length for this. Rather, we'll be making use of our round hip at the full length to determine how fuller the full length will be. As you can see, the gown looks like a bit of a ball gown. So the full length is 30 inches plus 1 inch for the hemming. So now connect. We'll only be making use of half length and then full length for this gown. Like I said before, we'll not be making use of hip length for this gown. So we'll be joining the half length and the full length together. So having marked out 8.5 inches, we'll now divide our round hip by 2. The round is 40 divided by 2 will give us 10 plus 4 inches. The 4 inches is what that will give it that circular look, to make it look as if it's a flea gown or a circle gown. So here I'm joining the half length to the full length. After this, we'll go and impute the dart like we did at the upper bodies. We'll still be making use of 4 inches for the dart like we did at the upper bodies, and that will be all for the down part. So thank you very much for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And if this is the first time you're watching my videos, thank you very much. I really appreciate your patience.